Welcome back, you beautiful fucks. We're out in my car recording this while there's a train right next to me. It just came by. It blew its horn way more than it needed to. So at least that's going by and keeping us company while I talk about these two bombshells that dropped today, okay? Two bombshells, if you will. You know, I always talk about figures, but we gotta talk about the stuff the figures are based on, which is indeed properties. Two of them, Pacific Rim and the Monsterverse. So, I'm going to start with Pacific Rim. This is a quick video because just want to keep it quick. Just some thoughts on some stuff that got dropped today. Starting off with Pacific Rim. They are giving Pacific Rim a prequel series, apparently. That was a really short train. My God, it just ended. Usually they're going forever, but sorry. But Pacific Rim, is getting a prequel series that will more than likely be on streaming. Unclear as to if it's going to be live action or animated, at least from what I saw. And so far, apparently it's being produced or written by the guy who helped out with the movie Arrival, which is like an alien movie, which I didn't see it, so I don't know how good it is. I heard good things, but I don't know. I can't personally give my opinion. So yeah, a prequel series for Pacific Rim. I'll be honest, I'll believe it when I see it. Because I hate to say it, part of me, there's a little gut feeling that says I wouldn't be surprised if this falls through. And I say that just because Pacific Rim's popularity is not the highest, unfortunately, listen, Uprising sucked ass, but put that to the side. The first movie, and even The Black, if you've seen the series on Netflix, is pretty good. They're both, first movie was fantastic, but the Netflix anime is also pretty good too. And I'm excited for this novel that's coming out, even though I will admit the comic books that I have read, Tales from the Drift and Aftermath, those are not very good in my opinion. They're okay at best, but I am still excited for this Final Drift or something, like whatever it's called. That looks to be pretty good. But yeah, they're getting a prequel to Pacific Rim. We'll see if it actually comes out. I'm hoping it's not animated. Like, if they're going to do this, please do live action. It needs to be live action. If we want to have any chance of saving this franchise, which I'm surprised they're still going. If this gets made, I'm be surprised. Like, damn, they really don't want to give up on Pacific Rim. Maybe it does bring in like a decent amount of viewership and money somehow. You know. I hope so. I hope this revives it. I'm going to say this here. If it does happen, another part of me is saying they're doing a prequel because it may be a soft reboot, so it may eventually tie into the Monsterverse. Because we all know they did have plans. If they were to do a Pacific Rim 3, they were going to tie it into the Monsterverse at the end. They did say that. Or at least the director of Uprising said that. So, I would not be surprised if this prequel is sort of lining up to see, like, hey, can we maybe reboot this franchise and then it'll be popular if it's part of the Monsterverse? Since the Monsterverse is doing very well right now. But we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully we'll figure out more soon. Hopefully it's not like the case of the animated series where that got, like, Pacific Rim, the animated Pacific Rim, The Black, I assume that's what they were talking about, way back when they announced it, like shortly after Pacific Rim 1 came out in 2013, and then we didn't get it till many years later. I'm hoping that's not the case here, where they're revealing this now, saying, hey, there's a prequel series that is in the works, and we don't find out what it is till years from now. Hopefully it will be, obviously it's going to take some time, but hopefully not, we'll find out more details in the near future. But we'll see. Fingers crossed. Because I do love Pacific Rim. You know that. I know I have a lot of Pacific Rim fans. So, moving on to the other bombshell was Kong Survivor Instinct. I think that's what it's called. The game from 7 levels. Okay. So, after the masterpiece that was Skull Island, Rise of Kong, whatever, last year, I was definitely hesitant to this game because as much as I love the Monsterverse, they just seem to be kind of only letting these small indie studios that, being honest, don't always have the best track record. They're allowing them to make these MonsterVerse games. Well, let me be fair. Rise of Kong was not a MonsterVerse game, but you know what I mean, where they let Kong finally gets a video game and it was crap, because it came from a studio that puts out mainly crap aside from maybe like one or two games. Then we have this one again from indie studio, which, looking at their track record, they put out mid games, I would say, looking at the reviews I saw for a lot of their games, except for one of their more recent ones, which is a 2D platformer called Jet Crave or something. That actually got good reviews. And now we see this new MonsterVerse game, and it's a 2D platformer with like puzzles and some fighting. And obviously, yeah, we want the kaiju fighting game. It's not that. So let's just move on from that. I'm not going to harp on that right now. I'm going to judge it based off what I saw and what it is. And I don't mind. I do like 2D platformers. And I'm kind of, I saw that and I was like, you know what, this could be good. I'm not going to lie, this could be good. Yeah, you're playing as a human, but from just a video game perspective, if the platforming is fun and the puzzles are, not so dead simple, but at the same time, like, it captures your attention and they're fun to solve and the combat is fun, then it could work. It really could work, in my opinion. Obviously, I know some people, they like, fuck the humans, I don't want to play as a human, but unfortunately that's what it is, and you're allowed to feel however you want about it. That's perfectly fine. I'm going into this judging it based off what it is. It's a 2D platformer where you're playing as a guy trying to find his daughter, and you're supposed to be shooting and fighting monsters and humans and solve puzzles. So I'm going to base it off that. I hope it's good. It looks pretty promising. Definitely looks better than the fucking Kong game from last year, but it looks intriguing. And Titanus Abaddon, I believe is how you pronounce it. Looks okay. Looks like a unique spider titan. I've seen some people say, oh, they're tired because we already have Scylla. Now we have another spider-like titan. I'm okay with it. It's just two arachnids. It's fine. And they're kind of unique in their own ways. So I'm okay. And it's Tiamat's apparently in it too, because she's on the front cover. My only criticism is this. It's called Kong Survivor Instinct. And yes, you're playing as a human. Again, I'll be okay with that. I just don't like how they use Kong's name. Yes, I know it's marketing, but like, I'm really hoping Kong will be playable to an extent in this game. I'm hoping they're not just using his name purely for cash grab. Like, they could have called this like Monarch Survivor Instinct, but obviously they probably want to, the name Kong comes with, it already has a fan base. And for the people wondering why Godzilla's not in it, like, why so much Kong stuff? People need to understand. When you use Godzilla, even in the MonsterVerse, you have to go through Toho, not just Legendary. Whereas using Kong, they mainly just have to go through Legendary, okay? Because I don't really think Universal kind of lets Legendary do what they want with Kong, as far as I'm concerned. I could be wrong on that, but they don't seem to be as hands-on with Kong as Toho is with Godzilla, which is why you see so much of Kong in these like side MonsterVerse projects, because it's just easier and cheaper to do than trying to get Godzilla involved. So that's why. But anyway, it comes out this fall, which is great. It looks to definitely want to be part of canon, with this being the first time we're seeing Titanus Abaddon. It takes place after GVK, my bad. And Alan Jonah from King of the Monsters makes his return in this, apparently. So that's actually pretty cool. I'm excited. I'll say that. I hope it's not going to let me down. I'm sure it'll be like a cheap, short game, and that's perfectly fine with me. I don't need to be 60 hours of platforming, but I just hope it's good. There's some hiccups in the graphics and animation. Like, there's at one point you shoot at some guy. There's like two people. One of them's holding a shield, and there's another person behind him. And the person behind the shield guy just like freezes when they get shot at. Like, he just freezes in place. So there's some hiccups. It's an indie game. The budget's not huge. I'm not... Graphics and animation aside, again, if the gameplay is fun, that's what matters. But we'll see what happens. Let me know what you guys think. All right? 2 bombshells. Hopefully they'll amount to something good. Hopefully. Both of them. Anyway, guys, that's all for today's video. I hope you all take care, and I'll see you all next time.